Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. This is going to be another quick review of a PlayStation 4 game that I bought and completed recently. And holy shit, this game is so bloody good, guys. You know, I've completed it twice. I enjoyed it so much once I completed it, the day after I completed it again. And both times playing through it, I completed it in 2 days each. Because I was just that into it, guys. It's just one of those games that you just can't wait to see what happens next. And it is, of course, Until Dawn for the PS4. PS4 exclusive. First thing I'm going to say, guys, is the cover's actually pretty cool. We have the skeletons there, and obviously the cabin there. I think it's actually a pretty damn good cover. It looks a bit, you know, sinister, I suppose you could say, a bit creepy, and it really goes well with what the game's about. So what Until Dawn is about is these 8 friends end up going on like a little vacation, and they go up to this cabin which can only be reached by using a monorail or a, I don't know, cable car, whatever you want to call it. One of those things that basically take you up like a mountain, basically, because it's on top of a mountain. Which obviously, you know, in horror games, you know something's going to go wrong with that particular mechanism, and obviously that does end up happening, really easy to predict, and of course they end up getting stuck up in the mountains with no way to get down, and basically they find the radio tower and they get told they have to wait until dawn before they can get picked up because like a snowstorm and stuff, and yeah, it's dangerous to fly and they can only get picked up at dawn. And obviously all these weird things start to happen, they end up getting stalked. You can like see like the enemy like looking at the characters, like you get this like night vision kind of thing when the guy's around. And you're basically on edge like throughout the most of the game, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy to get scared of a game very easily, but this was flipping terrifying. You know, this did something for me that no other game's ever done. But we'll get to that near the end, guys. But yeah, this game really bloody affected me, you know. This is one of those games that like really messes with your mind, you know. And yeah, I'll get to that later on, guys. I've got to say, guys, the graphics in this game are just absolutely fantastic. Really good, you know. Obviously it looks like a current gen game, as you would expect. They use real actors in the game as well, you know. You can see their, you know, faces, basically the real faces of the actors, which is really bloody cool. Really cool to see. The amount of detail in the character models and that, in my opinion, just absolutely fantastic. And that just kind of made it, you know, for me even more scarier, you know, because you got really used to the characters. You didn't want any of them to die. And that is basically the main thing about this game. There's 8 characters you play as, and all 8 of them do have the possibility of dying. But yeah, the possibility of all the characters dying, and this really puts you on edge, you know, because there's some characters that I really like. There's a few I wasn't too keen on. I still think they were good characters, but I just didn't like their, you know, particular personalities. If you've played this game, I'm talking about Emily. Emily for me was just a pain in the backside. Really high maintenance, and I just couldn't stand her, you know. She was just so bloody annoying. So that was easily my least favourite character in the game. I think all the other 7 I really liked. My 2 favourite characters would be Sam. Of course, Sam's just absolutely fantastic. And Mike, which I was kind of surprised about. At the beginning, Mike, it did seem like a bit of an arse. You know, it didn't take things seriously. But as the game progresses, you see the characters start to change. And yeah, he became my 2nd favourite character in the game. 3rd favourite character would probably be probably Chris. I like Chris as well. I think he was a really interesting character. So the main thing I like about this game, guys, is of course the butterfly effect. You know, decisions you make, it's kind of like Heavy Rain and stuff. Some decisions you make can lead to the death of certain characters, so you really have to be, you know, really careful what you choose at times. Sometimes it doesn't really give you much time. You've just got to choose right on the spot. You know, you don't have much time to think about it. And I ended up making the wrong decision a few times. You know, I was like, oh shit, why did I do that? You know, it just puts like the pressure on you, you know, you just, you know, you feel the game's rushing you and you just have to make a, you know, split decision, and often you can end up making the wrong one just because you've been put under some pressure. Another cool feature is basically you're like talking to like a therapist. So sometimes it will ask you what basically scares you the most, you know, snakes or rats. And depending on what you choose, you'll see like more and more of that thing appear in your game. One of the fears that I ended up getting was, of course, fear of spiders, which of course is like, you know, me in real life, I've got bloody arachnophobia. And then the game went out of its way to put spiders in your game. There's a room you go into, and there's like, you can see like a shadow of a spider crawling across your screen. It's really bloody creepy, actually. So yeah, it does play tricks in your mind. It basically feeds on your fears, and what you're scared of, it will put that in the game. Really bloody cool stuff. Was actually a big fan of the therapist sessions with Dr. Hill. I mean, you see like a close-up of him, his facial expressions sometimes are bloody creepy. You know, he gets really bloody angry with you. Yeah, it's a pretty damn good thing, guys. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, it's Until Dawn, guys. You know, it's got so many twists and turns. You know, you just don't know what to expect next, guys. You know, it's just really bloody creepy. The main enemies in the game, the Wendigos, they're bloody terrifying as hell. And they kill your characters in such bloody brutal ways, you know what I mean? That for me is what kind of like messes with your mind, you know, since your characters can die in such brutal fashions. Between that and the fact that I think, you know, the characters look so bloody real, you know, it's just like you're killing bloody real people. Like I say, this really messes with your mind, guys. For me, it's not just a game, guys, it's a bloody experience, and a really terrifying one at that. Oh, something I forgot to mention, guys, is the controls. You know, it's got like quick time events, we basically have to press buttons at correct times and stuff. You get a choice at the menu screen whether you want to use motion controls or just, you know, button presses. I ended up just going for the button presses. You know, you have to use like the left analog stick and stuff at certain times. I went for that because I'm not really a big fan of like motion controls, they kind of annoy me. But one thing, guys, that I've never actually experienced in a game so far is you have to hold your controller really steady. Okay, because it comes out the Wendigos, they're basically, you know, sensitive to movement. So if you stay still, you know, they shouldn't be able to see you. So you have to like, hold on. The new feature that I've never experienced before is you have to keep your controller at certain points really steady around the Wendigos. Because they can't see you, so you have to keep really steady. So even you're holding it like that, right? Even just doing that, it'll kill that character, or just like that. So if you like need to sneeze or something during that, I think your character's pretty much dead, because obviously you can't really keep the controller steady when you need to sneeze. So for me, it's not really a feature that I'm too fond of, because I just cannot keep my hand steady, you know, because you feel like you're under so much pressure with what happens in the game. Don't want people to die, and you end up just shaking like a claver. And yeah, it kind of really bloody screw you over. So anyway, I think that's really all I want to say about Until Dawn. I want to talk about the two different endings I got. So if you've not played the game, guys, feel free just to stop watching, you know, if you don't want any spoilers. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all later. But anyway, guys, yeah, this is if you've played the game, you want to know basically what endings I got. First time playing through it, I was really disappointed. I got a really bad ending. I did get one of the worst endings. I had 3 characters in the end survive. I got my favourite character, Sam, killed at the end, and I was just bloody devastated, because I just love Sam, you know. Sam for me is just really bloody attractive, you know. She's a really attractive and really likeable character. And the fact that I got her killed made me really sad. So what I got in the end was Mike, Emily and Matt. I don't like Emily, but still managed to get her to survive. But you know, I would have traded her for Sam surviving like any day of the week. Yeah, there was a bit at the end, you know, the final encounter with the Wendigos, and you have to keep your controller steady. I was doing alright at first, but then there's a bit that the Wendigo like gets really close to your character, and I was so bloody nervous. I was trying to keep it steady, but then the Wendigo like just suddenly screamed, and I kind of just jumped. And yeah, that resulted in me getting my favourite character, Sam, killed, and I was just like, no. You know, it was just one of those moments, I was just like, with that for like, I don't know, a minute or something. I just couldn't believe it. I just really wanted her to survive. That was like the main character I wanted to survive. If anyone was going to survive, it had to be Sam. But yeah, I got her killed. Really gutted about that. So once I completed the game, turned the console off, even a few hours after I completed the game, I still felt really guilty about Sam's death. You know, it was on my mind for hours. I kept thinking about how she died in such a brutal fashion. And you know how much I liked her character. I was so bloody gutted. And even when I like, you know, played through Heavy Rain, you know, I ended up getting a character killed by mistake. I kind of felt gutted for a couple of minutes, but then it soon just wore off. But this game, like I said, just stuck with me for hours. I just couldn't believe how I got her killed. So the day after I completed it, I basically started it again and completed it again in 2 days. Sam was alive, I was happy, and ended up playing through it and getting the best ending. So I was really bloody happy with that, you know, I really wanted the best ending. Everyone survives. I've got to be honest, I did cheat at the final encounter, you know, with the Wendigos. We have to like stay still or Sam gets killed. I basically just put the controller down. I really wanted to survive. I've not got steady hands, you know, especially not when put under pressure. So yeah, I just put the controller down. It did its job, thank God. And as a result, everyone survived, and I was quite happy with that ending. I thought it was a good ending. And yeah, Until Dawn, what can I say? This game is just one of those games, guys. It's a must play. If you've got a PS4, you're into horror games, this is a must play. It really bloody is. Like I say, really creepy, really scary, really messes with your mind. You know, great dialogue, great characters, great choices you can make. And yeah, I would say a great enemy as well. Really, really creepy enemies. You know, the Wendigo I think are really bloody creepy. So fast, so deadly, and yeah, really bloody scary. So yeah guys, that's it for Until Dawn. If you've played Until Dawn, let me know what you think. Did you like the game? Did you think it was disappointing? For me, I'd give it easily a 9 at least. You know, this game, IGN gave it a 7.5, which I think in my opinion is really, really low. You know, especially the amount of effort and stuff they've put into this game, I do not think it deserves a 7.5. Like I say, it's a 9 at least, and maybe even a 9.5 if you were going to go into like depth with ratings, probably about a 9.5. This game was so good. There's not many games I can complete and then basically, you know, complete again in the next couple of days. So yeah, much love for this, guys. And since I've played through this, I've been watching Let's Plays of it, I've been watching people like streaming it on Twitch. I'm bloody obsessed with this game. This game is just fantastic. Really hope to make a second one, or you know, a game that's similar to this. That would just be absolutely fantastic. So anyway guys, yeah, that is Until Dawn. Great game. Definitely worth buying, you know, if you've got a PS4. So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching guys. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will catch you all in the next video. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you've got a favourite character, let me know who your favourite characters are, or who your least favourite character is. You know, I think most people dislike Emily. But yeah, it'd be like, interesting to know if anybody else dislikes, you know, other characters. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Cheerio.